So that was NAC, and you know that you have good NAC if it smells like rotten eggs, basically, when you get it. Next, we are going to do a bit of a highlight on ashwagandha. What is ashwagandha? Now, ashwagandha is known as Withania samurfia. In Ayurvedic medicine, ashwagandha is considered a rasayana. This means that it helps to maintain youth both mentally and physically. What does ashwagandha do? Ashwagandha as a supplement blunts the effects of cortisol, which is also known as the stress hormone. Many of the recent medical studies have compared the effects of ashwagandha to the pharmaceutical drug lorazepam. Lorazepam is typically a drug used to treat anxiety. The effectiveness is pretty much on par if you look at the 2019 study that I will link to in the article. It's interesting to note that doctors still need more proof before prescribing ashwagandha or suggesting ashwagandha instead of lorazepam, but I invite you to make your own conclusions. In terms of the benefits of ashwagandha, pain relief seems to be one of the main positive benefits to supplementing with ashwagandha. There are many stories of success that I found online of folks using ashwagandha with success to treat pain from arthritis. And likely this mechanism of action is due to its effects on inflammation and toning down inflammation. Cortisol and stress and inflammation, all of these things work in a way to produce stress and fluffiness in your body functioning at a less than happy optimal level because of all of the stress and these excess hormones causing your body to go out of balance. And so ashwagandha helps to mitigate the effects of this stress, which is why it can be considered, from a definition standpoint, more of an adaptogen as opposed to a neurotropic, in my opinion. Let's get into some supplementation do's and don'ts. I relate the creation of a supplementation practice for an individual to the creation of an astrological birth chart. Every chart and every individual will have very specific needs, a very specific constitution, and as such, I cannot recommend every supplement blanket-wise to everyone. And as much as we love both NAC and ashwagandha, it doesn't necessarily mean that both those things are exactly right for you. There are a host of benefits for each of them. There are very little side effects for NAC, which is why I wrote an article about why it was very interesting that the FDA was trying to ban NAC. You can read more into that in the link below. As it comes to ashwagandha, there was some controversy with ashwagandha as it came to testosterone, because I believe that instead of testosterone, ashwagandha was the supplement or ingredient that was being used. Ashwagandha from a personal fitness standpoint would be great from a perspective of saying that whenever I personal train ladies and you're starting to lift weights, there's always a cost to anything that you're doing. And so with training, you do release stress and cortisol and inflammation as a result of training itself. And this is why supplementing properly helps to ensure that you gain all the benefits from training and a little bit less of what the stress does, which is just a fact of living, right? The biggest piece of advice I have in terms of a don't is to don't just take the marketing shtick at face value and read the labels properly before buying. Read the labels carefully and ensure that the product that you're looking at contains the specific ingredient you are looking to get in your Earth avatar, into your Soma body, as opposed to a proprietary blend which could have not enough to properly engage your body in the mechanism of action, Or it could be on even the more dangerous side and have something that is not the ingredient or something very close to the ingredient that could have maybe an adverse reaction in you. So it's always good to know exactly what it is that you're taking.